Hello everybody, welcome to my videos. My name is Jamie from Amiga Games. Today we're doing a pickup video. So when it comes to pickup videos, I used to do them once a month. Eventually, over the course of time, I changed it from once a month to once every 2 months. However, this one's a bit late. I think it's over 3, maybe 4 months. So yeah, of course, we had Christmas, came and went very quickly. So this one I bought in the final quarter of 2021. Now, all the games on today's list are on Amiga, but we'll do a separate pickup video of what I bought on the C64. First one in this video is a killing game show. First prize is your life. Suited in limited protection armour, you're the unwilling contestant of the killing game show. In front of a TV audience of millions, you must battle your way to the top of 16 pits of death, infested with hostile artificial life forms, especially created by the killing game show. Medic scientists, they'll give you a hard time. But don't forget that rising fluid always next contestant time. Give the viewers their value for money, collect them awesome weapons and tools if you can. The killing game show will have you climbing the walls is the only way out. There you go. There we go, first one on the list, great game. This is the killing game show. Okay, so the game is the Killing Game Show, a run-and-gun shooter game developed by Rising Hell Software for the Amiga and Atari ST. It was released in 1990 and published by Psychosis. It was also later released under the title Fatal Rewind for the Sega Mega Drive Genesis, and it was published by Electronic Arts. You control a rebel contestant as he fights for his life, avoiding clever booby traps, half enemies, and the ever-rising acid level. And there are 12 levels in this game, and the game is absolutely superb and absolutely brutal. However, your character can also cling to the sides. The rules are simple: get as far away from the acid level as possible. The furthest point should take you to the exit door. But never an easy task. And also, you've got enemies thrown into the mix. Kill all enemies in the pack and release a heart into the atmosphere, which is just energy, like the ones you get in Zool and the Venus Fly Trap. Good at the game too. They can also pick up additional skills, including tools. Within the later levels, 9 times out of 10, it's going to be a key. Only hold one in your possession though. However, you can also pick up additional weapons, which are limited in ammunition, but you can extend that by picking up it again. But anyway, climb up there. That's the end of the first level, which is brutal. Congratulations, level 1 section is completed. Coming 2 section coming up. Fire to continue. Okay, level 1, section 2. The premise of the game is simple. Get to the top half of the screen to advance. However, half, which stands for hostile artificial life forms, are released into the stage to impede your progress. But the biggest danger in the game is the doll, which stands for the deadly organic life liquid that is constantly being pumped into the stage at the beginning of the stage after the timer has reached 0. Touch it and you die instantly. There's a multitude of weapons and tools you can use, including keys to unlock doors and the liquid freezer to stop the doll from rising, and knowing how to use them will save you. And there's our first key, so we've got to use the triangle-shaped key for the triangle-shaped lock. And it's very easy to get lost in this game. At the moment of time, everywhere looks quite samey, but also trying to shoot all the enemies with the basic weapons it's not an easy task. But also, once you've shot them, you've got to be quick to react and pick up that part before it floats away. But anyway, again, it's essential you know where you're going in this game. But yeah, you will take quite a lot of damage in this game. Use the square, pick up the circle. Yeah, try and get as much distance between you and the liquid as possible. There's a circle, which is a platform in place. Right, shoot those. Be quick about it. There we go. Mines. Avoid the mines. However, some weapons are good for shooting those. Not the basic one. Up there. Right, we pick up the minesweeper. They're great for shooting mines. And this level has a lot of them. But anyway, don't fall to your death. Don't fall to areas you've already been. That wastes a lot of time. Use that. That's half energy. Hold fire button to use it. Crouch down and get rid of those. But a really difficult open level. It's really is hard as nails, this game, but the unlimited continues is a lifesaver. But also, like I say, it's essential you know where you're going. Right, we've got to try and find the diamond-shaped key. Right, use that immediately. Shoot that one. There we go left, jump from there to there. Falling from a great big distance won't kill your character unless you're falling into the liquid. Yeah, full energy or not, you won't recover from that. However, you just recover from that. Boom! There we go! Superb! What a difficult game it is! Okay, we'll do one more level. This is level 2, section 1. Right, watch out for red herrings. In the late 21st century, incarcerated criminals have given a shot at freedom by playing the game. However, they're stripped down of their vital organs and nervous systems and placed into a machine with a simple cannon. If anyone can make their escape from the 16 pits of death, they'll get their life back. If anyone ends up dead, on to the next challenger. Right. Now also on this level there's a tool which is called the red herring, which does absolutely nothing, so you don't need to get that wastes a lot of time. You don't want to waste in time when there's a rising level, and it tells you on the bottom of the screen how far you are away from it. But also, when you kill enemies, of course, it will release a heart, but not always. Sometimes it's bad news, it will release a skull and crossbones. Picking up that is an instant kill. But you can also shoot while climbing, which is fantastic. And also, the replay feature in this game is also fantastic. Pick up the Oracle. Have a nice day. Right, we have the key, we're going to make our way over here. The actual main character of the game is a criminal named Carl, part of the freedom fighting group working to displace the local government. After he is caught during a police raid due to a suspected mole, he meets up with an old friend of his who tells him they're going to be forced into the game, which no one has come out alive. Carl was then determined to win the game, since it could potentially mark him as an international hero and give him enough leverage to overthrow the government. I'm not sure I read that 100% well though, but anyway, we've got to go over here and pick up the square key and take it to the square door. But also, make sure you have the right key. It's very easy to pick up something by mistake and lose track of what you've got. The Oracle will be raising hell tonight. So we go over here. I don't think you can kill this thing. So use that, opens up there, we pick up this one, we go over to the right hand side. At the moment of time, all is good, all is well, but it can change very quickly. Energy, to do some more energy. There are lots of items along the way. You've got the circle key, energy, use it immediately. That gives you half your energy, which is now maxed out. Go to this right section, Oracle. The end is near. Drop down there, make sure you have the circle key, use it for the circle lock, which gives us a triangle key. Again, we should be okay. We've not made any silly mistakes. One great big distance is not an instant kill in this game. We need to go up that top left section, but luckily you can climb, he does it very well. Shoot that one, we got that, and use that, got that, and go to the right hand section. But again, like I say, a very, very difficult early few levels. Just don't take too many hits. There we go. We're there, absolutely fantastic, brilliant. So yeah, a very, very difficult game indeed, and a very, very long game too. But anyway, congratulations, level 2, section 1 completed. We're going to move on to the next game now. That is the Killing Game Show. Okay, next one on the list is Slayer. The first time I ever played this was actually on the C64. You are the Slayer, you do in death. It's you or them, so go out there and kick some butts before they frazzle yours with their photon lasers. There you go. There we go, next one on the list, Houston presents Slayer. Imperial Software Designs, Micro Wish. Okay, so the game is Slayer, horizontal scrolling shoot-'em-up game developed by Imperial Software for the Amiga Atari ST and the C64. Houston Consultants published the game in 1988. The game consists of only 3 levels with a boss battle at the end of each one. Power-ups such as bonus weapons and additional shields can be found scattered around the levels. And again, a really, really good game. It might not be everyone's taste, but when it comes to a shoot-'em-up, I'm very easy to please. But this one has a little bit of an I.O. feel to it. If you're not familiar with I.O., it's also called Into Oblivion on the C64. It's brutal. That one only has 4 levels. And this one only has 3. However, I think that's only for the C64 version. I think the Atari ST and Amiga might have more. But anyway, we'll soon find out. But anyway, weapons are good. We haven't maxed out yet, but it doesn't take long to do that. But you do get these orbs, which again, very much like I.O. But in this one, you only get one of them, which goes round your spaceship, not one on top or bottom of the spaceship. But hitting an enemy or hitting a bullet will lose everything you've got. But again, a really, really good game. The sound effects is okay, but it does need some music, and a bit of a parallax would have been nice as well. I can add music, but I cannot add parallax. But some enemies you can kill, and some you cannot. We do have a boss battle at the end, and on this one, basically you've got to destroy it piece by piece. Now, a lot of these guns you can deal with, but not all of them. But also, some of the weapons, including this, is very much like I.O. Pick up that, and it's a smart bomb, kills all enemies on the screen. Now, we do have 4 lives. I'm assuming you get more, because down the bottom of the screen there are 2 additional boxes. But you start off with 4, so I'm assuming you get them additional lives. And I think you also pick them up as icons. I think so. But again, a really cool game. We've got our orb, which is fantastic. Destroy the guns, make it easy for yourself. Right, boss battle, we've got to destroy all of its guns. Get a few early ones there, destroy that one. And that one, and that one. Then go for one in the middle, and then the last hurrah. Destroy that thing in the background. There we go, superb, brilliant. Right, that kills all enemies that can be killed. The ones that can't. Your aim is to destroy everything that gets in your way, and if it won't die, avoid it, or you'll be doing the one doing the dying. Along the way, there'll be energy pods to help you in your mission. They'll give you additional firepower and act as smart bombs. Good luck, you will need it. Right, avoid these bubbles. Cannot destroy those. You can destroy some of them. But yes, a lot of recurring enemies. Got to Obviously, the occasional new one is thrown into the mix. But yeah, quite a lot of them you can't kill, so one more cost. Also, debris falls from the top from time to time. But again, this next boss is pretty much like the first one. You've got to destroy it piece by piece. And I thought you've got to destroy its guns in a certain order, but you don't. As long as you destroy its lower jaw, that will stop many of its attacks, including the bubbles from its nostrils. But you don't really get a lot of indication that you're making your target. It don't flash or anything like that. It's assuming you're hitting your target. But with this, you should be. You should destroy both its guns on its chest, then shoot the alien that pops out of its stomach, but not all the time. There's also another gun down there, which is proving quite hard to shoot, because I'm not even focused on where I'm shooting. I'm just avoiding these bubbles that are popping out of his nostrils. We should make our target with this. There we go. So I'm going to focus on the jaw first. That would use the nostril bubbles. Because you cannot shoot those. The alien in its stomach doesn't fire as often. I tend to use diagonal bullets to deal with that. But again, it doesn't flash or anything like that. It is taking damage, you just don't know. There we go. Now you know, his jaw's been shot off. So now I'm going to wait here, shoot it with directional bullets. But I think this is actually maxed out completely now. But die and you'll lose everything. And sometimes it'll fire, and sometimes it won't. Sometimes it's a good boy. Right, I've lost a few lives. We've got more enemies introduced. But again, you can't shoot them. Just avoid them at all costs. And it shouldn't be too far away from the boss, I don't think. But we've got to do it with basics. Unless I can get lucky. There's one there. You can also get additional speed. My lord, missed it. Right, I might have to do this one with no weapons. Yes, we have. We'll do this the hard way. Again, it's got so many bullets, but I don't have many at all. But again, shoot all of its guns, and its main area you've got to shoot is its tongue. Let's do with one gun at a time. Focus on one at a time and make it easy for yourself. Assuming you're hitting your target. Right, got that one. Now we've got to shoot one at the bottom. It's going to be no easy task, because you don't really get a lot of... Let's focus on the tongue first. Not firing all cylinders, but then I'm not really either. There's no real sort of pattern to its attack, so it's going to be quite difficult to try and get to that bottom section. If I had a diagonal bullet, so yes, I'd been fine. I probably would have destroyed it by now. Well, the C64, this would be the final boss, the final level, and a completion. Maybe in the future I'll long play, because it is a good version. That's the first version I played. Right. It takes a lot of hits. Again, no energy bar. Right, its face is melted. Right, this is going to be difficult now. So is there a pattern to it? Just wait for the time. Wait for the right time. Stay there too long. There we go. Superb. 3 levels or more. There we go. More. That's plenty enough footage for this part of the video. That is a superb game. That is Slayer. Next one I bought an Amiga. This is Lethal Weapon. 2 cops, both lethal. A multi-level shoot 'em up based on the aspects of all 3 Lethal Weapon movies. You can choose to be either one of the 2 high firepower cops, each having individual strengths and weaknesses. There are many missions to complete, including the rescue of a kidnapped girl, the pursuit and arrest of a drugs runner, running and arresting a police murderer, plus many more. You choose a level to suit your objectives. Within the gameplay, it's mean, it's fast, and it's lethal. There we go, copyright 1992, Warner Brothers, copyright 1992, Ocean, this is a Lethal Weapon. Okay, so the game is Lethal Weapon, a video game based on the film series of the same name, created by Shane Black. It was developed by Ocean Software and Eurocom and released in 1992 and 1903 by Ocean and Nintendo. It was released in conjunction with Lethal Weapon 3, the 3rd installment of the series. And it's really, really good. I have to admit, I didn't play this in other days. Of course, I saw all the films. But yeah, 3 is probably the one I saw the most. Really good. And so is this game. Another fantastic game by Ocean. They did so many on the Amiga. But this is brilliant. I love the way it looks, I love the way it plays. And I love the music by Barry Leach. It's tremendous. It really is. Now, you do have a few disadvantages. Because you do have limited ammunition. And yeah, enemies do take quite a lot of hits to die. Depending on what weapon you've got, you can pick up more ammunition and more guns along the way. But you want to try and save as many bullets as you possibly can. But it's not all bad. You do have an energy bar. And also, if you are low on ammunition, or even worse, you run out of ammunition altogether, you can kick them right in the face. And that will save you a lot of bullets. And normally it only takes one kick, right round the chin, and that will end their day. Which will save you bullets. But you definitely want to be running bullets in this game. You want to try and save them for difficult enemies ahead, including boss battles. The boss battle will appear at the end of every second stage. But this is level 1. A ship will soon be leaving a heavily guarded LA dockside. On board is a container filled with money, the legal profits of the international drug racketeers. Mission objective, retrieve the money, which of course is never going to be an easy task, but like Hudson Hawk, you can also hang from the ropes, and it does it really well. But this game is certainly more easy to control than Hudson Hawk, but Hudson Hawk is also a very good game as well. Now also you have the small heart, which increases your energy. Your energy is located at the top left, in fact there's a lot of information going on up there. A large heart gives you an extra life, and an ammo clip is extra ammunition. A gun increases your firepower, and a magnifying glass is evidence, as well as extra score. We don't actually have to get that. Now, there is additional life, but if I get it, I've got to go around it again. So I'm going to try and reduce the footage for this pickup video by just going for it. They can also shoot enemies by jumping and also crouching. But they do also drop sticks of dynamite on you. But you can also go through the doors by pressing up on the joystick. There we go. But there's also a lot of bottomless pits in this game. And also you can shoot the barrels. But again, depending on what weapon you've got, determine how many bullets it takes. But you can also kick them with your feet. So yeah, you can save bullets by using your feet quite a lot. But like I say, it's a risky thing to do. That's additional energy, but energy is actually maxed out. I very nearly messed that up. It's a really good game. Now on the top left we have our energy, which at the moment of time is maxed out. So we also have our 12 clips and 5 bullets remaining in that clip. Now you can also go into the water, but of course it's never safe in the water. There's actually sharks in there. Well, occasionally there is anyway. And again, I love the sound effects. 6,725 we have at the moment of time. Now I don't know if this is a 2-player game, I'm not sure. I'm assuming certain detective for certain level. But yeah, go in the water but don't stay in there for too long. You can also climb ladders, and also climb the lampposts. And the music by Barry Leach is really good. Really good. Right, how are we doing for ammunition? We've got 9 clips, that should be okay for what we've got to do. There you go, superb, what a game. Okay, next one I bought is Lotus 3, The Ultimate Challenge. The ultimate driving force with Save the Best for last. Following the phenomenal success of Lotus 1 and 2, the best-selling racing game trilogy is now complete. Wrecked incorporating the awesome power of Wrecked, a revolutionary concept giving you the power to generate a virtually infinite number of unique racing scenarios. There you go. Okay, good old password system, we do this properly. So type in the following coordinates. Page 36, line 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's not an English word. Word 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right. FERKNOPF. I think that's right. We'll go with that. Fantastic. There we go. Okay, so the game is Lotus 3, the third game in the series, combined the gameplay aspects of its predecessors, allowing players to choose between racing opponents of a Lotus Turbo Challenge or an arcade-like time trial of Lotus 2. The two-player option was retained and the music selection feature returns. Lotus 3 also added a third car, the concept Lotus M200 automobile, and allowed the player to choose which one to race with. The game recycled most of the graphics from Lotus 2 but added a number of new scenarios. And I like it, I do like it, but Lotus 2 is the ultimate. I cannot remember if it was Lotus 2 or Supercars 2, the first driving game I played on Amiga. It was one of those two, but both of those games absolutely blew me away, and I had so many great memories playing those games in the days. And of course, even to this day, they're still very challenging, but Lotus 2 I've still never finished. In fact, I've never finished any of the Lotus games. But this is, again, a very good game. It's got some nice additions, of course. This one now has laps, which I don't know if it featured in the first one. It might well have done, but definitely didn't feature in the second one. That was a time trial. But that one I played to absolute death, and it took me to the age of 37, I think it was, to finally get past the pea soup level, which is fog. Unbelievable, but what a memory it was. But the game is superb. Now on this one, of course, you do have a few more additional things, including new cars and a lot more tracks. But it's not as difficult as Lotus 2. You do get a little bit more time on this one. And this one, the road is fairly wide. Now, I'm not overly keen on the road surface, but they're not all like this. But some of them have more themes, a little bit more like Jaguar, which I think maybe had some inspiration from that, or maybe it's the other way around, I'm not sure. But this one, we've got 73 seconds, is plenty. This is actually the time trial, and this is the third lap, the third and final lap, and we're in 5th gear at the moment of time. And normally, when I'm playing games like this, I like to use it automatic and also fire for acceleration. I think that's a better way of doing it. It's the preferred way of doing it. But anyway, it's going really well, going really well. 254 we've got up there in terms of speed. Don't hit any other cars, certainly going to lose a lot of time, but time is not really an issue on this one. Not yet anyway. But it's a really cool game. This is the Turbo Zone. It was Turbo Zone. But yes, nice that I did this interview with additional cars. There we go, superb, level complete. Okay, here we go, next race. A bit of advertisement there for baked beans and tomato sauce. The Genesis Mega Drive version bears the name Lotus 2 Rex, or simply Lotus 2, depending on the country it was released. While the MS-DOS version, released in 1993, was called the Lotus Ultimate Challenge, the MS-DOS version features the Lotus 3 S4 instead of the 3 Turbo SE. Apart from the slightly different car's graphics, the difference in gameplay is minimal, if any. The MS-DOS version was released again in 1996, this time on a CD-ROM. So anyway, the more races you take part in, the more hazards you'll be introduced to you. Now some of them are happening on the road and sometimes it's off it. In this one we have gale force winds, but of course it doesn't happen all the time. But when it does, it actually affects your steering. It can make your car bear to the right. So even though I'm not actually doing anything, it's bearing to the right, which is a nice thing. But yes, there's going to be a lot of hazards. Sometimes it's mud on the road, or water on the road, or even trees in the road, or rocks. Yeah, anything can happen in a game like this. But anyway, I believe this one is 5 laps. But again, it looks so good, it performs so well, and it's just absolutely superb. The music in this game is tremendous. Love the artwork, it is brilliant. But anyway, at the moment of time, again, we're going quite well, but this is again a very, very wide track. Of course, they're not all like this. Some of them are very, very narrow. And of course, you've got cars all over the place. But again, some levels you get more, some of them you get less. It's just really well done. There's another checkpoint. Superb. Again, we're bearing to the right, so make sure you keep turning back the way, otherwise you'll be hitting something we shouldn't, like a rock or a signpost or something like that. It won't wreck your car, but it will certainly lose you a lot of speed, which is something you don't want to do when there's time involved. And again, time is not an issue here. We've got 49 seconds, it should be plenty if I don't do anything stupid. I mean, yes, there are bushes being thrown off the road due to the gale force winds, but we're hanging in there. But this game also has the option where you actually create a track, which I have to admit, I've never actually done that before. So maybe in the future I'll give that a whirl. But anyway, again, plenty of time. Plenty of space. Yeah. And we're going fairly fast. But yeah, it's so much better using fire for acceleration, not up for acceleration. I mean, of course, some games that is the default setting. Some games you have to do it, but some games have the option to change it. I've always preferred button for acceleration. And when it comes to driving games, I've always preferred automatic rather than manual, but it's different in a real life situation. I like to use manual for a manual car in real life situations, but in games I've always preferred the automatic. there's another one done. Again, doing really well. Really, really good. I don't know how many tracks there are in this game. I'm assuming there is quite a lot. Lotus 3 features the Racing Environment Construction Set, RECS, the course creation system. The system allows users to create a racetrack by defining various basic parameters, such as the number of difficulties of turns and hills, and the number of obstacles, the type of scenarios or difficulty, or the opponents. The created track can also be raced by one or both players. The course can then also be written in the form of a letter or a digit code and later reused. These can be raced individually in a series up to 9 using creating tracks. I mean, that is fantastic. What an amazing thing that adds. But yes, in the future I have to do that. But anyway, it's proven to be quite difficult to read while driving this car. But I could not have done that with a much thinner track. But again, plenty of time, 50 seconds to drive into other cars. It's still quite windy around here, but we're hanging in there, it's fine. Approaching the last final stretch. But again, it's more than enough for this part of the video. It's a great game, I love it. But of course, Lotus 2, much more memories of that game. But this one, again, is brilliant, I love it. Level completed. I ended it with 31 seconds, but again, it's plenty of time there. It's fantastic. Very, very high scoring game indeed. But there we go, Lotus 3. And this next one I actually bought with a very kind donation from Daichi. Mate, thank you once again, really kind of you. This is Iridium 2. Fresh from the vaults of total playability comes a unique reprise of the classic shoot 'em up, featuring the latest scrolling and most detailed graphics that Amiga has ever seen. Pit your wits and reflexes against the fleets of levitational spaceships as your Manta swoops low and leaves a trail of mayhem in its wake. There you go. Okay, so the game is Iridium 2, a 1903 science fiction side-scrolling shoot 'em up, originally designed by Andrew Braybrook for the Amiga, and it's a sequel to Braybrook's early C64 game, Iridium. Braybrook kept a diary of the game's development in 1992 and was published in the British computer magazine The One. And again, an amazing game, but I didn't play this in the other days, only the original Iridium, which I have to admit I was never really any good at. But again, it looks so good and it sounds fantastic on my headphones. It really is good, but difficult. You've got to try and keep the enemies at bay. Try and get rid of so many of these guns that make the land an easy one, that then takes you to the next section. Now, I have streamed this once before, it was a long time ago, and it took me quite some time to figure out how to actually land. So it's nice to have a box version and to learn a little bit more about the game. But you do get additional weapons in this game, but they're limited, they always are. But anyway, you can land when the lady tells you to. She's telling me, it also says at the bottom of the screen, we land. Iridium 2 retains the same settings and gameplay as the original Iridium, but the presentation is highly improved thanks to the Amiga's graphics and the sound capabilities. So now we're using a jetpack. They actually go from side to side like you do in Asteroids if you want to. But anyway, you've got to try and destroy the core. I'm assuming it's called the core. When it's exploded, then debris starts to fall from the top. This is where you can be a little bit called greedy, because items will arrive on the scene. Now you can collect as many as you want to in the time you want to do it. You don't have to stay in there at all. You get straight out of there if you want to. But if you want to risk it for a biscuit, then get some. But of course you do get energy, but you don't want to stay in here for too long. But anyway, get out of here, hold the fire button down and go through the vortex. Despite the background objects are more detailed and more colourful, the game scrolls vertically as well as horizontally, and the sound includes a souped up version of the original Iridium theme tune, as well as a PCM sampled speech announcing important in-game events. There you go, boom and pow. So anyway, next level. So yeah, this is what I got, because I've collected a few items before I made my escape, but if you stay in there too long, you'll probably explode as well. But yes, it's a case of how greedy do you want to be? I don't know what killed me there. But yeah, on this second section, you actually do have an energy bar. On this one, you don't. Okay, this is level 2. And again, it's challenging. It always is. So of course, every level is going to up the ante a little bit more. So again, try and keep the enemies at bay. It will tell you down the bottom of the screen with the radar, where the enemies are, so you get a rough idea. But you can die very easily in this game. Now you can also get additional skills by shooting certain enemies, but you do have a limited time to pick it up. But yeah, 15,700 is what we've got at the moment. I've died a few times, and when you die, you lose any additional weapons you picked up. But you can switch from left and right, and of course you can switch the speed by holding left or right. But some of these enemies actually home in on you, and they're deadly. But again, she's saying to land, and it's nice to know where to land. There we go, we land again. Fantastic. Look for the green arrows. So So again, the same rule applies. Destroy the core and then get out of there, but collect a few things before you do so. Because when it gets a bit out of control, go to the other side. But when you're firing, it actually does affect your movements. It will push you back slightly. Now, I don't 100% know what all of them do, but this 1,000 points, that one I can figure out for myself. That's a laser which fires in multiple directions. That's shield. The lady is telling me, though. The longer time you spend in here, the more difficult it's going to be to get out of there. So don't be too greedy. But again, hold the fire button down, that's plenty. Let's get out of there. Hold the fire button down. Get out of there, Jamie. Get out of there. That was close. Look at my energy. My lord. But there we go. Again, it explodes. It looks absolutely outstanding. But again, a fantastic game. Great to own a box version now. A great addition to the collection. I'm a happy boy. Iridium 2. Brilliant. Okay, next one I bought. This is Second Samurai. Again, like all the other ones, absolutely mint. After an epic struggle of good against evil, the Demon King sought refuge far away in time, where his magic was forgotten, and where he could lick his wounds and recover his power. Yet he had not counted on the will of a young samurai warrior. He followed the demon into 24th century Japan, to ancient Japan, and finally confronted the demon in the mountain throne, where the king was prepared to try anything to defeat him. There we go, fantastic. Copyright, vivid image. This is Second Samurai. Okay, start the game. This is Second Samurai, the sequel to 1991 first game, First Samurai, released for the Sega Mega Drive and the Amiga in 1994. Notable features in this version is the inclusion of prehistoric and futuristic levels, as well as the Japan-like ones in the 1991 prequel. And again, superb, just like the first game. I've never completed this one or completed the first game, but they're both very challenging. But this one has a lot more levels than the first game. But the first game, the levels are a lot longer. These ones are very short, but they're very challenging. Now you've got to try and hit these pots. The pots is the most common kind of container. The pots contain experience points. But like the first game, you start off with no sword. You've got to try and gain it first. The more experience you have, the more you can keep your sword for. But you use your sword in multiple angles. I mean, you could with your kicks and your punches, but you don't get a lot of range to it. But now we do. We use the sword in the air and also crouching. Take too many hits, and like the first game, you'll lose your sword. Break the floor beneath you. Now we have these spell books. The Wizard Mage has managed to sneak 3 different spell books into the Demon King's domain. The red spell book gives you a magical smart bomb. The yellow spellbook summons your magical sword, and the green spellbook gives you temporary invincibility, but you're only limited to 1 per time. Because we've already got the sword, I can hold another one. Press down to pick up the spellbook. But yes, the red ones are very good, especially for boss battles. But enemies will arrive all over the place. Top up your energy by picking up food, which again is very much like the original game, but food can even be held hidden in the stages. But this game has a lot more boss battles than the first one. Not always at the end of the level, some of them are actually mid in the level, like this one. Hit me in the forehead and that'll be fine. But we're not done yet. But I will give you a little bit more food. And remember time, energy is fantastic. We've got some daggers. These are handy blades that come in a pack of 10. By holding the fire button down, you can unleash a rapid volley attack on your foe. But anyway, it does taunt you over the course of the game, but don't burn. So avoid the flames, avoid the lava. No easy task, but we should be okay. And pick up any experience you can along the way. It all helps. 5 lives and a score of 2,820 at the moment of time. Try and save your energy, Jamie. You're going to need it for the boss battle, but there are hidden bits of food scattered around the level. It's everywhere. But as random as it sounds, we've got to try and find a bubble card. Yes, you heard right. We need a bubble card to get to high ground, but not yet. We're going to be burnt to a crisp. So at the moment of time, we've got to hang it out and avoid all the dangers. And there's so many dangers here. Stay in the middle, we should be fine. You cannot pop the bubbles. They'll pop when they hit something hot. So again, stay in the middle and just jump when you need to. You also get the bombs as well as the Seeker Skull. This is a very rare but very useful weapon, which will home in on enemies and reduce their energy significantly. Right, there we go. We've got a bubble cast. Now you go into the bubble and you control the bubble by using left and right, and you can also use your sword in the bubble. Just don't be burnt to a crisp. You're going to be popping your bubble and falling to your death. Right, next level boss is not too far away, but again, energy's not great. It could have been better, but pick up any food you can along the way. What I'm going to do, I'm going to use the shift key and select the red spellbook, and I'm going to hit it with everything I've got. Again, hold the fire button down and unleashes an attack. Because my energy is not great, it really isn't. We've got the daggers as well. Hold the fire button down to unleash a dagger. But you've got to be very precise with your aiming. Lost my sword, but you can also use your feet and your hands. Don't fall to your death. Got to hit him in the face, like many things. But a really good game, absolutely outstanding game. But yeah, I haven't finished any of them. There you go, explodes. What do we get? Swords, another book. Activate that by holding the fire button down. Why not? And that takes you to the end of the level. Hold fire button down once again. That is superb. There we go. Well done. That zone completed. Press fire. And there is your password. Okay, level 2. Energy's good, but I don't have a sword yet. Anyway, so what have we got in our possession? We have 40 daggers, which is plenty. I think 40 is the maximum we can hold. So we have our swords. So again, try and get as much experience points as you can. Energy is okay, but there is food lying around. Pick it up whenever you can. We just summon the sword, get another book, so we can summon it again. If we lose it, we get it back immediately. But try and get as much experience points as you can, so that we can keep it longer. That'll take you to a secret area, but we'll just keep going. Just keep going and getting those experience points. But yes, boss battles are very much a regular thing in this game. But yes, some of them are not done just by attacking them with your sword. Some of them are actually quite tactical. But we have this statue. I can't remember what its purpose is, apart from it being quite heavy to carry. But down here, we've got more experience possibilities, and we've got a midway boss. Now, the way you do this, as random as it sounds, you stand on top of his head and repeat him repeatedly with your sword. And every time you do that, it will slowly reduce in size, and eventually it will sink into the ground. But I'm going to try and keep my spellbook for the right time. Yes, I am taking damage, but so is he. You can be in certain places we don't take any additional damage. But we should get rewarded with food if this is a success. So far, it's looking like it will be a success. So don't make any silly mistakes. And it's not out yet, so I'm going to select the red book. I have one. I'm going to hit with everything I've got. But hold the fire button down, but make sure you're fairly close to the enemy. That should do it. Fantastic. There you go. Rewarded with a spellbook. And a piece of chicken, which I believe is maxed out. There we go. And the green books is quite rare to get them in the very early stages. But there we go. Energy is maxed out. Let's keep going. Right, also there's some traps in this game. Now if you hit that, or move that, should we say, you get attacked by arrows. And up there is more secrets. I can't remember what they do though. We've got a chicken, which again is going to max out your energy. But I guess it's just points. I should look at the manual really and find out what they actually do. There we go, a little bit of editing I had to. I kept getting a major twist there. Right, so the green book will make you temporarily invincible, which again, like all the others, is very handy for boss battles. And also you can get additional lives in certain items. But there we go. Again, experience is not very high at the moment of time, but again, it's another game with evil wasps and bees. But you can tap them with your sword, makes it a lot easier. But again, every time you kill one, more experience is given to you. The more the better. But it's such a good game, it is really good fun. Again, just keep getting that experience by hitting the pots. Some of them are very high, but with the sword it gives you a little bit more extra reach. Right, we've got to get across the fire. We do this by jumping on a bouncing block. That should take us to where we want to go. But what experience you can along the way. I can't remember what this next boss is. Ugh, my lord. Right, okay, we've got a cannon, so we'll get up the top. Right, so we use the cannonball to get the high grounds. So we set it on its way. We're going to jump up there. Right, that took a bit of time to figure out what we got to do there. Right, this is the furthest I've got. I don't think I've got here before. Even on live stream, I don't think I have. What is that? Oh, we're firing. Look at that. We've got a jetpack. Fantastic. I'm seeing this for the absolute first time. I had no idea we had this. Oh my lord, it's turned into a shoot 'em up now. Now, I've never actually played this game as a 2-player, but hopefully in the future I will. But that'd be interesting. Right, it's got to be boss battle territory. I don't know. Go in there. I have no idea what is going to happen here. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. My lord, look at this. I really wasn't expecting this. But yeah, this is the furthest I've got. I never got here far before. Well, at the moment of time, I'm flying through the air with a jetpack, and I had no idea this game had a jetpack. But yeah, it was a really, really nice touch. But this game is just continuously amazing me. I mean, I have played it before, but this is the furthest I've got. I'm assuming the boss battle is going to take part with a jetpack. But I don't think we get additional weapons for the jetpack. This is the basics. We cannot use your sword here. Energy is not overly good. But I'm assuming we can't use spellbooks like this. Right. Now you've got to keep pressing up, otherwise your character will fall to the ground. Oh lord, look at this. Right, see this for the first time. Can we use these? We've got bombs and daggers. That's fine. Have some of that. Got plenty of where that came from. But he fires homing missiles. We've got homing missiles, I've got daggers. Hitting where it hurts. There we go. Boom! Have some of that. What a game! Absolutely superb. That's got to be the end now, surely. There we go. This is now we've got ground underneath our feet. Hold the fire button down. A level day's done. And there's no password. Well done. Zone completed. That's plenty of footage. Brilliant game. That is Second Samurai. Okay, final one of this video. Again, it's mint. This is Indie Heat, Motor Racing Madness. Indie Heat is a fast, furious racing action where a decidedly mean streak may keep you out in front. With the money you win, plan your attack for 10 different circuits. Do you play safe and buy better brakes, or go for it with even more engine power? Do you boost your turbo or your crew? The decision is yours. With a combination of skill, nerve and a few dirty tricks like running over other teams' pit crew, maybe you could end up being showered with champagnes and kisses. There you go. There we go, next on the list, Indie Heat. Produced by Sales Curve Limited, licensed from Leyland Corporation. This is a fantastic game. I'm not going to do much footage with this one. This is one I've already long played, but it's great to own a box version in my collection. So anyway, do a couple of races. Okay, so the game is Indie Heat, a 901 arcade racing game, developed and published in arcades by Leyland Corporation. Home versions of the game basically followed for NES, Commodore 64, Atari ST and Commodore Amiga, and starred American IndyCar driver Danny Sullivan and featured the tracks of the kart series in the early 1990s. And this game is superb. This is a box version I've working for quite some time. Got some good memories of this one. Played this with a few of my subscribers, including on live stream. I love the way it looks. I love the way it plays. It's superb. Of course, at the early points of this game, the tracks are going to be very basic. And of course, the cars, everyone's cars, are going to be very slow. But you can upgrade your car over the course of the game by spending the money you've earned during the races. Anything from your engine to your tyres, even your pit crew. Because in this game, especially early points, you have to pit in quite often because your fuel does drain very quickly. However, you do have turbos where you press up on the joystick and it gives you a bit more extra kick. Now, if you do actually run out of fuel, you can still drive. You just drive very slow, but you can also use your turbo even if you're low on fuel. It gives you quite a well-needed boost. Now, in the middle of the screen, it tells you how many laps each car has done. At the moment of time, we're okay. So a few more boosts, go over the finish line. That is fantastic. Brilliant. 8 laps over in a flash. That was Illinois. Okay, this is Indianapolis, and it's fantastic. Again, fairly easy at the early start. It looks more like a demolition derby at the moment of time. But I'm going to use a few more boosts, try and get a little bit more space between me and yellow, grey and blue. But this game is also a 2-player. I don't know if it's 3-player. It could well be, but that'd be great to do that. But anyway, they've all pitted in. I'm going to risk it for Willow and Biscuit and go around one more time. Now, also, it's got some really nice features. I love the speech. I love the fact that the pit crew are doing their thing. And you can also run over some of the pit crew. Yeah. Got some really nice features. Now, of course, we're okay at the moment of time. So now we shouldn't have to pit in quite so often. Now, you can upgrade that quite a few times. And when you've got it maxed out, then you should be alright. So you shouldn't have to pit maybe once, twice. I doubt it. You should be able to go around fairly easily. If you've got those boosts, they really do help. Indie Heat featured 4-player capability and was similar to the gameplay of Super Off-Road. Players earned money based on their finishing positions, which was spent on improving their car. The season culminated with the Trade West Speed Bowl, which was loosely resembling the Indianapolis at 500. Right. Yellow is breathing down my neck, but we should be over. There we go. Brilliant. There you go. Won't do much footage for this one because this one I actually already have long played on my channel. What will we get this time? Another trophy and another 100,000 points. Again, superb. I love it. But anyway, that's in my video. That is Indie Heat. Okay, buddy, that was difficult to do. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. That's what I bought in the final quarter of 2021. It might have been 2-3 months, I'm not sure. But anyway, normal business will hopefully be resumed in 2022. But anyway, until next time, this is Jamie Modern Games. Please like, comment, share, please subscribe to my channel, Facebook fan page, subscribe on Twitch, so subscribe to Modern Games, you find it fairly easily. Please remember to click the bell icon and the video load, that'd be fantastic. We're not doing these videos, the rest of the places cheat, homemade baking, and live streaming every Friday night, time 8 o'clock, half my week. Until next time, it's easy. Ciao, bye, see ya. Okay, so the game is a killing game show, a run and gun shooter game developed by Rising Hell and published by Soft. Mistake already. Right. Okay, so the game is a killing game show, a run and gun shooter game developed by Rising Hell software for the Amiga and Atari ST. It was released in 1990 under. Every time I make a mistake, I've got to quit, and every time I quit, I have to keep putting my name in. Okay, so the game is Slayer. Slayer is a horizontal scrolling shoot 'em up. The two-player option was retained with the music selection being added. Was retained and the music selection. Pooh! I've made a mistake. Oh, me. Yes! Sore throat.